Why doesn't Senku use feces to make nitric acid? You would never guess how much time Suika spent using this method. In fact, according to the setting, there are 3 methods for preparing nitric acid. First method is extracting natural nitric acid from bat caves. The second is producing industrial nitric acid using platinum rhodium alloy. The third is the fecal fermentation method used by Suika. All 3 methods were proposed by Senku. For example, in the early stage, Senku used the first method to successfully undo Taiju's petrification. Later, he spent one day making platinum oxidation tools and successfully produced nitric acid. Compared with the method used by Suika, these 2 methods are obviously more difficult. But why did Senku specifically choose not to use the fecal fermentation method? In fact, the reason is very simple. The fecal fermentation method is too time-consuming. Although in the anime there are very few scenes of Suika making nitric acid, in reality, according to the setting, the time when Suika was freed from petrification was April 5744, while Senku was freed from petrification in 5749. This means that she spent 5 years barely producing nitric acid. Even if we include the time she initially spent moving the stone statues of her companions, Suika still spent at least 4 years. Such a long production cycle is obviously something Senku couldn't accept. This is probably the reason why he didn't choose the fecal fermentation method. But after all, Suika doesn't have a mind as sharp as Senku's, so she could only choose this clumsy method. Moreover, the problems Suika has to face in making nitric acid are not just about time. In fact, the anime has added many original scenes, such as scenes of Suika breaking shells, collecting feces, and building a shelter. These may seem like simple tasks, but they are very difficult for Suika. After all, when she was freed from petrification, this little one was less than 10 years old, and Suika also has severe vision problems. An ordinary child would probably struggle just to survive. I really can hardly imagine how Suika persisted all alone.